Hello everyone. Now today's video lecture is all about quality control. Now this particular quality control is done by using manual methods. Before, like manually they used to control, the method they used to call it as a traditional way of quality checking or quality control, that used to be done manually by some gauges, some vernier calipers and all these instruments they used to work on, measuring instruments what you call. Now in this particular quality control, computers has been introduced. Due to the introduction of computers in this quality control, the term existing is computer aided quality control has been introduced. Means computers will play a key role in inspecting the component. Now we are talking about quality control, which is a part of CAM system, computer aided manufacturing. Now in the process of manufacturing the component, we'll try to check the material, we'll try to check the parts or the components individually and at the assembly level, and before dispatching to the customer also. There are different levels of checking the part. Now those are all things we'll try to discuss, we'll try to cover in this particular lecture. Now we'll mainly focus on computer aided quality control. This is our discussion. Before working on computer aided quality control, we'll try to focus few points related to what is the traditional way of manufacturing. Whenever we talk about computer aided quality control, it is the use of computers for quality control of product. Use of computers for quality control of product by using some softwares. The two major parts of quality control are, you can call it as inspection and testing. These are the two major terms. Whenever you talk about quality, inspection is the first term, then comes testing. Now under this traditional way of quality control, traditionally they used to perform the task manually with the help of gauges, measuring devices and testing apparatus. Inspection and testing, more or less both comes under quality control, and this used to be done by using gauges, measuring devices, testing apparatus. The name itself indicates inspection is all about checking the quality of a product to the standard set by the organization. What is inspection is nothing but checking quality standards of a part, or a product to the standards. Now these standards are set by the firm. They will have some standards where we need to satisfy the customer or reach the level of quality. Each and every product has to reach that particular level. Nothing but to the laid company standards, we need to check that particular part. Now this particular inspection can be done by visual way. There are many ways actually. Let us name it as visual way. Visually you can have a look at the component and say whether the dimensions or the shape of that particular component is properly done or not, or by instrumental, nothing but by using gauges or measuring instruments, or by metallurgical. Means here visual, whenever you say visual, just by looking at the physical component after fabricating, we'll try to have a visual, look at the component visually and we'll fix whether there are some errors in the component or not. And instrumental, nothing but by using some gauges or any other calipers. And metallurgical testing is nothing but, or metallurgical way of processing is nothing but checking for chemical tests, etc. Metallurgically, by looking at the microstructure of the material or the component, will fix the problem. Testing is also a part of inspection. Metallurgical testing you can call, or testing, we have different testing apparatus. In this way we do. In actual practice, inspection is all about what we'll try to see the objectives of this particular inspection. Now inspection is done after the production takes place. Not before the production. After the production takes place, we'll check for errors, check for defects. Means the first objective need to be known here is, out of a lot size, out of a batch size, means once some 50 components has been fabricated, out of those 50 we need to pick 2 or 3 randomly, maybe the first part, 10th part, then the 30th part. Example I'm giving you. By picking all the 3, we'll try to test it to find the defective, nothing but defective, to know whether the part is defective or non-defective, from the lot size. Number 2, this should be the first objective. This should be the first objective before the part or the component reach the customer. We need to justify whether the component is error free or defect free or not. Okay. If, for example, if you find some difficulty or some defects in the component, that has to be redefined again, redesigned or refabricated to overcome the error. Okay. Secondly, customer satisfaction. Now the first objective indirectly talk about customer satisfaction only. With this process again customer will get satisfied. Okay. Again customer satisfaction is the main objective actually, and means the parts should not be rejected, okay, or defective parts should not be processed further. Number 3, this is about customer. There should not be any rejection. Customer will always expect that there should not be any rejections in a process. Should not be there. Rejection should not be there. Means, for example, we need to try for these terms. This is more important. If you find rejections, that can be overcome, not a problem. But here the question is, in the process of overcoming, it will take much time. So you need to dispatch in time to the customer, and efficiency may not be proper. Again you need to go for quality checking twice, thrice. So there is a lot more time utilization. So if you try to avoid the rejections, then customer will also satisfy. Time span which we are taking for the process will also come down. Further value addition can be done very effectively in time. Okay. Or else further value addition, whatever the features we are going to add, will again get prolonged. Okay, one more objective is maintaining quality standards. Quality standard means the standards are already set to each and every individual firm based on the work they are performing, whether they are working on an automobile component or an aerospace component, or a company which was working on maybe military equipments. Okay, it all depends on the standards that they follow. The person who belongs to, or a firm which belongs to what you call developing aerofoil kind of structures, which are very sensitive kind of structures, they'll not compromise in case of quality. Okay. And if it is related to some requirements, day-to-day requirement, then they'll try to compromise in case of quality. There might be quality 1, quality 2, quality 3, whereas in case of sensitive things, there won't be 1, 2 qualities, there will be only one quality that has to be maintained, that has to be set for each and every specific firm. The next objective is defects in raw material. When you purchase raw material from the vendor, before it reach the shop floor, that has to be tested. Maybe a metallurgical test or instrumental test. Whatever we have procured is right material or wrong. We need to find the properties of that particular material before we moving on to the procedure, actual procedure. Nothing but inspection of incoming raw material, and all this comes into picture. Okay. These are the two major components: inspection and testing, and all other these things. Other than this, you have like quality assurance, quality control terms comes into picture. Now whenever you talk about quality, whenever you talk about inspection or testing, two things need to be done: whether testing is required or not. If required, at what level? What are the different stages that we can do testing? Okay, these are all important. These are all very much important to be noted. Now I'll just try to mention here types of inspection. Okay, under this types of inspection, now the inspection is done at different levels in a firm. Like when the raw material is procured, once it reaches the organization, they'll try to inspect it for different things. I'll just mention it as raw material inspection, and maybe you can call it as first of inspection. The second point. Okay. This talk about which is the part need to be inspected. Means, for example, we are trying to fabricate some 50 parts, same parts. Okay. Now in the process of doing so, when we need to inspect, okay, all 50 can't be inspected, because if I try to inspect all the 50, it is time taking process. Same process is going on from 1 to 50. So whether to inspect first part, then randomly I'll try to pick 10th part, then again 30th part and 50th part. Okay, this is the procedure. Not exactly this one, maybe first part, 10th part, 25th part, 45th part. Okay, with different parts we'll try to inspect, and once we'll make sure that all the 4 are safe, defect free, then we'll suspect that all 50 are safe, all 50 safe. If I find anything wrong under the process of inspecting, if I find any of the part defective, then again I'll reproduce the components or recheck all 50 again. This is one of the type of inspection. One more is in process inspection. Means when the process is going on, every hour inspection will be there, every 2 hours inspection will be there, or if the process is a continuous process, will run for a very long time, long duration, every day inspection, every day there is time bond set for it, okay, every 2 days, if it is okay, like a continuous process in sense, a chemical industry can talk about every hour, or every day means at what time again comes into picture. All these things will be done. Again, layout inspection is also important. Complete process layout will be there under the shop floor. That inspection is also done. But layout inspection is not done every hour, every day. It is done yearly once or twice. And there are many other ways to inspect the component. Many other ways. I'm just talking about few. And you have something like final product inspection. Final part, you can say. Final part inspection. Or else you can call it as assembly, after assembly inspection. Many other working condition of that particular part can also be inspected. These are all the different ways that we need to keep in mind. Other than this, it is all about inspection and testing. The main motto or objective, what is the main objective is, these are the objectives. To improve product quality is one more point, increase productivity is one more point, reduce lead times is one more point. That can be added further. These are all the 5 important points I have given. Other than this, you can talk about production also. Quality in manufacturing can be defined as degrees. Now this can be quality in manufacturing defined as degree to which product or a component conforms certain standards. Product conform certain standards. That is nothing but a quality. Now there are 2 approaches. To do this, there are 2 approaches. Number 1 is quality control. Just now what we were talking about. Next is quality assurance. Both the terms look like the same but not. Now quality control is different, quality assurance is different. Quality control is something, again, it is more or less equivalent to inspection is done in a traditional way, manually. Quality control is done by using some computers. Quality control is concerned with those activities which will maximize the probability that the product and its components will be manufactured within the design specifications. Now this is done, means in this quality control, quality checking is done after production. This activity is performed after production. Fine. Now this is all about what you call this as, now quality assurance is nothing but it will talk about the confidence to the customer by the firm. Okay, this is first point. Or confidence to the management by the employer. Confidence by the low level employee to the high level employee. This confidence should be built up. To make the quality assurance is all about confidence produced or developed on so and so firm. Okay, so customer has to believe that he can do that process in time with utmost quality. That has to be there. Now it is related to inspection of product and component quality only. Detection of poor quality and corrective action necessary. Now in case of quality control, corrective action necessary will be taken. Now assurance is all about we'll try not to have any rejections, not to have any defective pieces. That is the main motto. Quality control, what is the control? Again I'll just repeat. It is an activity, maximize the probability that the product and its components will be manufactured within the design equipments, within the range. Okay, whereas quality, that is all about this particular assurance. Control is different, assurance is different. Fine, this is building confidence in it, and that is again checking the quality, finding the errors and rectifying the errors. Okay, both are different from each other. We'll try to define it in some other way. Quality control, here I'll just mention one more point. In case of this quality control, it is based on fulfilling quality requirements. Okay. Now quality assurance is again a part of quality management. Now it is based on providing the confidence to the customer or to the high level employee or low level employee. Required will be fulfilled. Now that is the reason this quality assurance is called as managerial tool. Managerial tool means high level. Based on the performance of the organization and its reputation, clients or the customers will come to the firm with having confidence on the firm. Okay, these are difference between these two. Set of activities for ensuring in the process by which products are developed. Now products are developed in quality control, defective products are identified and defects are rectified. Again, that will be sent to the further value addition of the component. This is all about quality control and quality assurance. Okay, if you just remember this particular term, quality assurance is nothing but the confidence between customer and the management and the employee, high level employee and the low level employee. Okay, everybody. Now in case of quality assurance, each and every department's efforts is required. Each and every person's efforts are required, without which building confidence in the customer is not at all possible. Okay, whereas in case of quality control, it is a different department again. There might be third party quality checking will also be there, but in general most of the firms, they individually kept one department for quality control. After everything is done, they'll try to check for defects, and those will get rectified. Okay, in such way these two are different terms. Inspection and testing, these two terms related to traditional way of inspecting the component by using maybe testing apparatus or measuring equipments. Okay, this is all about computer aided quality control, which comes under CAM process. If you could remember all the terms, that will help you. And other than this, you have like contact inspection methods, non-contact inspection methods. I'll try to mention few of the points here. Now the inspection techniques or inspection techniques, TECH, I just write it like this, techniques. Number 1 is contact technique, contact 1. Number 2, non-contact, contact and non-contact. If you take contact technique, usually first and foremost component that we remember is coordinate measuring machine. By using probe, we'll try to inspect the component. If you talk about non-contact inspection methods, these are again divided into two categories. First one is optical, and the second one is non-optical. Okay, optical and non-optical. Now this optical based on vision system and non-optical based on electrical fields. This is how it got divided. This particular inspection techniques broadly classified into two, contact and non-contact. Under it again, contact inspection is nothing but by using coordinate measuring machine, non-contact optical and non-optical. Under again, these are the two techniques. If you further discuss these two terms, it will become a very big topic again. Okay. CMM consists of table which holds a part. If you talk about the components of CMM, it will have a table which will hold the part in a fixed position, and a movable head will be there to hold the sensors, probes. Probe will travel on the part to detect the defects or give the information. Okay, in the similar fashion you have non-contact inspection. Now this particular optical types are more under existence, which will give you accurate results. Okay, this is all about computer aided quality control. If you have any queries regarding, you can give comment in the box given below. Thank you for now.